Grant, that transfer window is finally closed. How will you reflect on the club's business this summer?
Very good, very good. We've identified the ones we've won, and we've got them. So I've been really, really pleased. Obviously, from the first time I walked into the football club when it was really, really light, now we've got 8 for 4 defensively, 6/7 for 3 midfield, and again in the forward area, 7 for 3 in the forward area. So plus 3 really good goalkeepers. So I think we're looking strong.
Did that late business make the difference?
Yeah, we were chasing them for a long period of time, really. Obviously, and it was really good to get them done. Obviously, the Josh and the Callum one went a bit later, but there was different things from their clubs that we had to get right. But we're delighted on a whole.
Did it exceed your expectations? Perhaps last week you were talking about maybe 1 or 2 or 3. 4 seemed like it perhaps wasn't on the agenda, and you ran with it.
No, it was always on the agenda, but we weren't quite sure whether we were going to get the 2 late ones really. So that's probably why. But I'm delighted. It brings us real good competition to the group. Like I said to you, probably one of my early interviews is it's important that the lads in the team understand that the standards can't drop, and that happens from every day, because ultimately we don't win on a Saturday, we win from Monday to Friday, and that's how I pick a team. So it's that competition is going to create a real good environment, and even just today the standard and the training went up a notch, and that's what we want.
Starting the first one through the door yesterday, Leonardo Lopez, what will he bring to your team?
Energy, bite, aggression, great legs, very sharp, very quick, and he's got a calmness of a maturity about him for a 20-year-old. He's played well over 100 games. He's got everything, the kid, and he can be whatever he wants to be. And I've known him obviously quite a long time, coaching with the under 14s and the 15s at Peterborough when I was still playing, and I seen the talent right away, and I think he made his debut at 15 or 16 in the Peterborough team. So, the kids come on leaps and bounds from the last time I seen him. So it's a credit to whatever he's been doing at Wigan. Yes, he hasn't played many games, but just little things like his left foot's got better, and he wasn't really keen on using that too much when I was at Peterborough. We did work with him, but it's got better, and he looks more mature and more relaxed, and I'm sure he'll play a big part for us.
Matthew Pennington, still a fairly young defender, but with a lot of games behind him.
Yeah, again, Matthew brings a real competition there and into the right side of the centre backs, and the plan always was to bring one in that position, and we're delighted to get Matthew. He's obviously had his loan at Leeds, he's had his loan at Ipswich, he's played 6, 7, maybe 8 games in the Premier League for Everton, so he's highly thought of, and we're delighted to bring him in, and again he's going to keep people on their toes, because we know we've got a very good people waiting in the wings and working hard every day to try and get in this team.
Again with Callum Elder, perhaps left back was an area you felt you wanted further competition in?
Yeah, I mean, look, the left back situation, Stephen has had a really good pre-season. Brandon has had a really good pre-season. But we felt, with the games in the Championship come so quick and so fast, the league, the cup games that we've got, it was important that we don't put too much pressure on to Brandon too early, if that makes sense. And I'm not one for playing a right back at left back or a left back at right back. I like to have square pegs and square holes, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So and to have that now is really good.
There was talk last weekend of Stephen Kingsley perhaps moving away. That was never on the agenda then. No. Like I said, just Stephen's happy here, and he's playing well. I thought he was excellent at Swansea last week. He had to do a lot of defending at times, and I thought he dealt with it quite well. So Stephen's really happy here, and and we're delighted to have him. The final one did come from left field with Josh McCann, so it seems to for us anyway. What will he bring?
Well, we've been chasing Josh probably for 3-4 weeks now, and obviously the situation at Bolton was difficult, so we didn't well, it was 50-50 whether we would get him or not, but Josh is someone who is strong, is quick. He brings a different aspect to our game. He can play any of the forward positions, off the left, off the right, centrally. Proven international player. You know, he's a number one striker for Northern Ireland, and you know, he's got some strikers in front of him there, you know, at that level. And Michael O'Neill picks him for every game. So he brings hard work, he's a great character. And I think that's one thing, what I will say about the signings that's come in, every single one of them, their character and their aptitude and their attitude to want to learn and get better is second to none.
Sometimes retention's just as good as recruitment. How pleased are you that the window's now gone with Jared Bowen and Cam Brzezicki still?
Yeah, really, really pleased. And to be honest, to be fair to Ehab, he told me from day one that they'll be here. So I'm really, really grateful for that. But the both of them are, you know, settled down now. They can. It's not easy as a player, and I've been there, you know, when there's a lot of speculation surrounding you all the time, and you're fully not focused on. You try to be, you know, but you're not. But the both of them have been great. From the minute I walked into the club, obviously Camille had a bit more time off because of the internationals, but since he's come back, the both of them have knuckled down. They've got on with their work. Now they can settle down and just realise that they're going to be Hull City players now. And I spoke to both of them this morning. They're fine.
Because they would have been close to a replaceable on a limited budget in the Championship, wouldn't they?
Oh, we'd have replaced them. We would have replaced them if they had went 100%.
Just on Jared, he could have been forgiven for thinking at the end of last season, after my exploits in 2 years, the Premier League's the next step for me. Should there be any disappointment that move hasn't come?
Well, Jared's 22 years of age, you know, and he's had 2 really, really good years, and he's got everything in front of him. You know, he's got everything in front of him, his whole life in front of him. There's no doubt the boy's going to play at the top level, but now he just, like I said to him this morning, it's just, you know, focus on yourself now. Focus on how many goals can you get before January, before the end of the season, setting little targets for yourself. Jared's he's really, really happy and pleased and about being at this football club. Yes, there might have been seeds of doubt in his head whether he was or not, but he is, and now he can just focus on us.
What's the latest on Marcus Henriksen? Will he leave the club?
Well, there's a huge possibility that he could, yes. We've obviously replaced in the midfield area, thinking he will. So the situation hasn't changed. I did see something the other day that there's been bids. There ain't been no bids for Marcus. I don't know where those sources have come from. There's been no bids since I've been here anyway. There may have been in January or something like that, but nothing's come in for him. So his agent and Marcus are obviously actively looking. We know his situation. Again, I speak to Marcus all the time. He's well aware that we have to replace because we couldn't afford not to.
When does the situation become awkward with him?
Well, if he doesn't go, it's going to be awkward for him really, because we've replaced him. So it's obviously him and his agent need to keep working, and because it's the right thing for him really. He wants to play, he wants to move. His family hasn't moved over. They're still out in Norway, so he's obviously unsettled. And it's, you know, I think everyone would be pleased for Marcus to find a new club so he can go and set up somewhere else, because you know, we all know his situation.
So as things stand, you won't pick him at any time soon?
No, we've replaced him. No, that's the way it is, and he understands that. You know, I had a chat with him probably before the Doncaster game, and he told me his head wasn't right to play. So look, that tells me where his mindset's at, you know, and I can't afford that, you know, and Marcus needs to play. You know, he's a top player and he needs to find himself a new home.
One out the door yesterday was Jacob Greaves and a new deal for him. What are your thoughts on that move?
Delighted. I'm delighted, because we could have sent him to League One, to a team that's just got promoted in League One, but we were worried that he wouldn't get the games that we want him to get at that level. So I think to go to League Two to someone who I know again, and Michael Duff, is great. Obviously the new contract was always going to happen because of the pre-season he had, and that was one of the first things I spoke to Lee and Ehab about, that we need to get him onto a longer contract before we send him out. So I'm delighted he's going to go there. Obviously Sheafy's there as well, and by all accounts he was excellent at the weekend for Cheltenham. So it's a lovely progression for the both of them, and we'll look again at them in January to see if maybe they can take the next step then to League One.
Now everything's settled down, now you know exactly the hand you've got to play. You've been very public in the targets you set yourself in terms of being at the top six. Do you feel that's possible now?
100%. We're working hard for that. You know, like I said to you from day one, I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that. I never settle for second best. I like to work very hard and trying to get to places where I want to go. And now the group can settle. They know who's here. They know who's staying. There ain't no more speculation. We can firmly focus on our job, and our job's to win football games.
Team news ahead of tomorrow. Would you anticipate involving any of the new signings?
Possibly. Maybe 2 or 3 of them not. Just probably where they are in terms of their pre-season. So yeah, there will be some of them involved.
Tom Eaves, you clearly had doubts about him starting last week. Has he had some minutes in a friendly?
Yeah, Eaves, he played I think 16 minutes. I think he played on Monday, scored, done well. So yeah, again, we've got good competition up there. You know, obviously with Josh coming in as well. We've got Nua, we've got Tom, we've got Jared, we've got Camille, we've got Josh Bowler, we've got David Milinkovic, who's training very, very well. So the competition's fierce up there.
David doesn't need an operation, and is that?
No, he's had the injection and he feels $1 million, so it's great. I spoke to David this morning actually, because he's trained very, very well the last few days. So I'm hoping that injection's helped.
Good. Just to check on George Honeyman, still too soon for him?
No, George will be involved. George will be involved with us the weekend. He's good. He's trained all week.
Would the start be too much of a...
We'll see. But he's really, really impressive. Honestly, he really is. And again, the energy, the appetite, the bite that he brings to us will definitely help us.
Challenge of Reading, they've been just as busy as you this week. What do you anticipate from them this weekend?
It's a very tough game. Obviously, you know, they've brought 5 or 6 new players in as well. So in terms of what they do, it's probably changed it for us a little bit. We're not quite sure. But similar to Swansea, they want to play. You know, they trust their goalkeeper to play from the back. They'll play out of tight areas in those scenarios. They want to get into midfield. They want to switch the play and get their wide players in the pockets. So it's not dissimilar to what we've seen at Swansea last week. And they've got some good players. The players they've brought in are all excellent additions for them. So it's going to be a tough game. But like I always say, we have worked very, very hard on us this week, and we want to make sure we put our game plan in place.
When they've done so much this week in the market, does it make it difficult to plan almost?
Yeah, it does. But I mean, I don't think their philosophy, their style of play is going to change. I think that's set in stone, and it has been since the manager's gone in there. So it's probably just the personnel.
This team last year was very, very strong at home, certainly its best spells of the season. How important will a good home record be this season?
Well, it's massive. The home form's really, really key. I think we've got 4 of the next 6 at home. We want to make sure we pick up as many points as we can. It's really, really important that we approach the games like that, because hopefully by winning more games at home, it's going to bring more fans back and help us and support us and get with the group. But yeah, home form's always important for any team that wants to chase in the top end of the league.